Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. The long wait for 1.2 is over and Zhezhi is finally here. This video covers everything you need to know about her, which includes her kit explanation, weapons, echoes, themes, rotations, sequences, and more. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Zhezhi's forte works around phantasmic imprint left, right, and middle. Only one of each kind can exist at a time. Zhezhi can hold up to 90 afflatus, which are her 40 circuit stack. She gets afflatus from her intro skill and when any of her normal attacks hits. Intro skill restores 45 points. The 3-stage basic attack will give 10, 15, and 25 points. Heavy attack restores a total of 25 points, and the dodge counter can restore 15 points. After a dodge counter, you can immediately do her third basic attack, which gives a total of 35 points. Just casting her intro skill, then 3 basic attacks will give her all the points. If the afflatus is 60 or higher, using her resonance skill will consume 60 afflatus and summon phantasmic imprint left and right. If you just tap the resonance skill, it will summon the imprints on the ground. If you hold it or use the resonance skill in the mid-air, the imprints will be summoned mid-air. This can be very useful to stay safe, especially if the enemy is aggressive. Phantasmic imprint middle can be summoned by using a special heavy attack. You need to have 30 afflatus or higher to summon the middle imprint. There are 5 ways to cast the special heavy attack. First, use a heavy attack after doing her third basic attack. Second is by using a heavy attack after casting her resonance skill. Third is by doing the heavy attack after casting any of her enhanced resonance skill. More about these resonance skills in a bit. Fourth is by performing a heavy attack in mid-air. And the last is by doing a heavy attack after a perfect dodge. When a phantasmic imprint is nearby, Zhezhi's resonance skill is replaced with Stroke of Genius. This new resonance skill makes Zhezhi blink to the location of the imprint to deal damage, which is considered as basic attack damage. The phantasmic imprint gets removed when Zhezhi teleports to its location. This gives her a stack of Painter's Night, which lasts for 8 seconds and stacks up to 2 times. And when she gets 2 stacks of Painter's Night and a phantasmic imprint is nearby, her resonance skill gets enhanced further and is replaced by Creation Zenith. It does the same thing as the previous version of the resonance skill, but deals higher damage and increases Zhezhi's basic attack damage bonus by 18% for 27 seconds. Which is great since most of her damage is considered as basic attack damage. You can cancel the enhanced skill animation when Zhezhi reaches the destination and is doing the brush stroke animation. If you do it before she reaches there, it will cancel the skill. All these may seem confusing, but don't worry. If you see her rotation, it's quite simple. Zhezhi's Resonance Liberation is her main source of off-field damage. It triggers coordinated attacks when damage is dealt, which are considered as basic attack damage. Coordinated hits can be triggered up to 21 times or it ends after 30 seconds. The Inklet Spirits or the coordinated hits keep generating every second for 3 seconds after dealing damage, which can be refreshed. But you don't need to remember this. Just keep in mind that you can trigger the coordinated hits every second. Note that Echo skill other than Zhue cannot trigger the coordinated attacks. I like how triggering her coordinated hits is quite simple and doesn't require any complicated preparations like Yinlin. Zhezhi's first inherent skill increases her attack by 6%, which can be stacked up to 3 times when casting her enhanced resonance skills. That is a total of 18% attack increase. Her second inherent skill is quite useful. It restores resonance energy to the next character you switch into after casting her outro. This is similar to Yang Yang's outro skill. It can help to reduce energy requirements, which is amazing. Zhezhi's outro skill amplifies the Glacio damage by 20% and resonance skill damage by 25% for 14 seconds of the next character you switch into after triggering her outro skill. The buff gets removed if you switch the character out. For her talent priority, prioritize leveling her Resonance Liberation, followed by Fort Circuit, then Resonance skill, and finally Intro skill and basic attack. Moving on to her sequences. Honestly, Zhezhi's sequences are not that impressive. First sequence restores 15 energy and gives 10% crit rate buff to Zhezhi when casting Resonance skill for 27 seconds. This equals to 1 to 2 rolls of crit rate and energy regen. I don't think it's worth it because if you try hard enough, you can get enough energy regen and crit rate from Echo Substats, and this sequence is only around 7% increase. The second sequence increases the maximum number of coordinated attacks quota by 6. The usage of this sequence depends on your character. Usually, for most of the character, her S0 coordinated hits are enough to last for their whole rotation. It can provide around 10% increase over her S1, but honestly not worth it as S0 Zhezhi can perfectly do the job. The S3 can give up to 45% attack buff for 27 seconds, which is quite nice. But then again, not worth it for the amount of astrites you will spend to get to it. The S4 is team-wide attack buff just like any other 5-star character. The S5 summons an additional hit after every 3 coordinated attacks are triggered, dealing damage equal to 140% of coordinated hits damage. This damage is also considered as basic attack damage. This sequence does provide a big boost of around 31% over her S4, but is only for whales. And the last sequence summons an extra hit after casting any of her enhanced resonance skills, dealing damage equal to 120% of the first enhanced resonance skills damage. This sequence basically doubles her damage from S0. All in all, instead of pulling the first sequence, I recommend going for the weapon instead. And I wouldn't recommend any F2P or low spenders to pull for her sequences. Moving on to her weapons, the best weapon for Zhezhi will be her signature weapon. It has 500 base attack and gives a massive 72% crit damage from its substat. From its passive, it gives an unconditional 12% attack buff. When Resonance skill is used, it increases basic attack damage bonus by 12% for 6 seconds, which can be stacked thrice. If you have accumulated 3 or more stacks, casting her outrow skill will consume all the stacks and basic attack damage bonus will be increased by 52% for 27 seconds. This buff lasts even when she is off-field. But if you have already pulled Yinlin's signature, Stringmaster, you can skip Zhezhi's signature and save your astrites, as it is a fantastic weapon option for generally any attack-based DPS or sub-DPS, and is only around 10% worse than the signature weapon. It gives 36% crit rate, which is huge, and 12% all types of damage bonus and a ton of attack percent. The 5-star standard weapon Cosmic Ripples is another amazing option. It gives a huge 54% attack from its substat and 12.8% energy regen, which is much needed for Zhezhi. The basic attack damage bonus is phenomenal for Zhezhi, as most of her damage is considered as basic attack damage. It is around 20% worse than Zhezhi's signature weapon. If you don't have any of these 5-star options, there are some good 4-star alternatives that you can use. If you have bought the BP, you can use the Augment Rectifier as it provides crit rate, which is very valuable, and a 15% attack increase from its passive after casting Resonance Liberation. It gets very close to the Cosmic Ripples at R5. Jinzo Keeper is the best 4-star gacha weapon option, as it provides attack from its substat and gives more attack increase after casting intro skill. This weapon is currently there on the weapon banner alongside her signature weapon, but you can try your luck on it to get this weapon at least. If you are very unlucky and don't have any of these weapons, there are some 3-star options that you can use. The R5 Guardian Rectifier is a great option as it provides attack from its substat and gives basic attack damage bonus from its passive, which is great for Zhezhi. R5 Rectifier of Night is another option as an attack stat stick. Moving on to her echoes. Just a quick reminder, if you are enjoying this video so far, do consider liking this video and sharing it. Subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. 2 of the best sets to use for Zhezhi will be the Freezing Frost or Moonlit Clouds. If you're planning to use Zhezhi to assist a strong DPS like Jinsi, who deals huge amounts of damage, then the Moonlit Cloud set with Impermanence here on Echo skill is recommended. Zhezhi can deal a significant amount of damage from off-field. If you are using her with a character that doesn't deal very high damage on their own, then the 5-piece Freezing Frost becomes her best set, which helps to maximize her damage. Along with this set, most of us will think that the best echo skill to use would be the Lamp Illumin Myriad. However, that is not the case. This echo skill does deal a decent amount of damage, generate a good amount of resonance energy, can freeze enemies, and provide some amazing buffs. However, the biggest downside of this echo skill is that it takes around 3 seconds to finish its attacks and cannot be swap cancelled. In early game, where your character's damage is not that high, it is an amazing echo skill option. But as you start investing in your characters, their damage becomes more valuable than the echo damage. So these 3 seconds becomes a DPS loss. Sadly, we don't have good echo skill options for the Glacio set. The best echo skill for this set we have currently is the Lumiscale Construct, which is a 3-cost echo. This echo skill can deal damage ranging from 553% to 830% if it gets hit while completing its attack. This skill does have a long animation, but it can be easily swap cancelled, that you can just use it while preparing your support rotations. Like use the echo skill swap to Verena to do her rotation. The echo pattern will still be the same, or 3-3-1. The only difference is that the Lumiscale Construct will be at the top. If you are someone who hates swap cancelling, you can use the 1-cost Glacio Predator skill, which is a worse option, but can be easier to use as it doesn't have any animation. Alternatively, you can mix and use combination of Freezing Frost, Lingering Tunes, or the Moonlit Cloud set. If you are using 2-piece Lingering Tunes, you can use the Mech Abomination Echo as your main echo skill for the attack buff. Before moving on to her echo stats, let's discuss her energy requirements. Zhezhi's Liberation is the most crucial part of her kit, as it activates her coordinated hits. Her Resonance Liberation has a low energy cost of 125. I recommend building around 125 to 135% energy regen on her. Try to get the required amount from Echo Substats and not waste a 3-cost Echo for it. For Echo main stats, look for crit rate or damage on the 4-cost Echo. Double Glacio damage or a combination of 1 attack percent and 1 Glacio damage on the 3-cost Echoes, and attack percent on the 1-cost Echoes. Double Glacio damage is around 7% better than the Glacio and attack combination without her signature weapon. With her signature, it is around 4% better. For substats, prioritize getting the required amount of energy regen, followed by crit stats, then attack percent, followed by basic attack damage bonus and flat attack. Moving on to her team comps. As I mentioned earlier, Zhezhi is a sub-DPS who can deal tons of off-field damage and also buff your main DPS. So just like Yinlin, she can fit into any team comp. You can pair her with literally any main DPS. Even if they can't benefit from the outrow buff, they can benefit from her off-field damage and energy restoration. Ideally, you would want to pair her with characters that can benefit from her outrow buff. And the best characters in that role are Jinxi, Lingyang, Chanli, and Qixia. Especially Lingyang, who can take full benefit of the outro buff. Zhezhi is the best support for Lingyang and is now the current best teammate for him. However, Zhezhi's best teammate is not Lingyang. It is Jinxi. Jinxi is already the best DPS in the game, even without Zhezhi. But with the addition of Zhezhi in the team, the Jinxi-Zhezhi combinations becomes the best team in the game. Jinxi benefits the most from Zhezhi's kit, as she needs characters who can deal coordinated hits and buff resonance skill. Basically, any main DPS can work with Zhezhi even if they don't benefit from her outrow, as Zhezhi can deal good off-field damage. And the last slot will be sustained supports like Verena or Baizhi. Now that we know everything about Zhezhi, let's move on to her rotations. First, intro to Zhezhi to get 45 Afflatus points. Then use 3 basic attacks to get another 45 Afflatus points. Use her Resonance skill, which will consume 60 points, and summon left and right imprints. Immediately follow it by a heavy attack to consume 30 points and summon the middle imprint. If you miss the timing, you can just use a heavy attack after using her enhanced Resonance skill, or use it while she is in mid-air to get the middle imprint. Then use the enhanced Resonance skills thrice. Use her Resonance Liberation and outrow to your main DPS. Make sure to use the echo skills accordingly. For example, use the Heron skill before triggering her outro, or use the Lumiscale Construct before the main rotation of Zhezhi. These echo skills can be swap cancelled, so just tap it and switch. Zhezhi is definitely worth your astrites. You can clear the hardest contents without her, but having her in your account is valuable, especially if you have Jinsi. As she is a sub DPS, she won't be power creeped for a long time. Even if she gets power creeped, she will be still useful, as it is very difficult to make a sub DPS useless. And with this, I will end this video. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe for more Wuthering Waves content. Thanks for watching.